Yo, fine scouts and intrepid internet travelers, welcome to my channel. I'm Josh, your Binge Buffoon, if you will have me. I should say that when I recorded this reaction, the gain on my mic was turned up way too high, which resulted in some horrendous audio. There was a bunch of reverb and clipping, and originally I was just going to delete this and move on, but instead I spent a bunch of time teaching myself how to doctor audio and make it sound better. So I think this sounds okay. It might even sound better than my audio normally sounds, or maybe not. I don't really know how it sounds, but if it sounds weird, that's why. Regardless, in this video, I'm going to be watching the second episode of Bridgerton Season 2. That's right, I do push-ups and I'm back. Oh. Conan O'Brien's really the only one who can get away with growling publicly like that, isn't he? For anyone who's new, the title of this series is satirical. It's a play on gender norms or something, but it's really just blatant clickbait that combats my insecurities about publicly watching a show. Obviously, it's been months since I watched episode 1 of season 2. The response to that was pretty good, so thank you guys. I just didn't continue until now because I didn't want to get locked into another series. I just sat down right now because I wanted to record. Initially, I didn't even have the intention of watching Bridgerton. I was going to watch something else, but I'm in a silly mood and I don't feel like doing serious commentary. I want to have some fun, and this show's like, let's be honest, it's dumb fun. I know Antony is going to get with Kate. I know it's going to happen. I know it. Even though he's courting Edwina. And yes, I had to look up all the names again because I don't remember anything that's going on, really. So yeah, let's watch the second episode of season 2, and then a few months from now, I'll watch episode 3. Off to the races. Reaction channel, let's ride the coattails of other people's art. I shouldn't have said gender norms before. That was a buzz. That's loaded. That's a loaded thing to say. I'm just not a pussy, Dad, okay?
It has been said that competition is an opportunity for us to rise and stand ready before our greatest of challenges.
Oh, the dog.
Any suitor wishing to gain an audience must first tame the rather prickly spinster of a beast, otherwise known as her sister.
If Kate believes in him, so do I.
Not the sister. Miss Edwina will suffice.
She'll suffice.
Lord Bridgerton is quite adept at conveying false first impressions. He seeks a wife only to fulfill his duty, and in fact does not believe in love at all.
It is only out of the greatest love of my family that I aim to choose a bride with my head and not my heart.
I think I even said that he's thinking with his upstairs brain, not his downstairs brain. But Kate's gonna stir the downstairs. There's definitely gonna be sex.
We're not for the
sister. She's rather thorny, I take it.
Indeed.
Lord Lumley will turn the Viscount into a distant memory. I'm certain.
Though she need not trouble me. Every rose does have its thorn, after all.
Why does he have the eye of the tiger as he says this? Like he's going to war. Oh my god! Kate doesn't stand a chance with that death stare. I've never seen someone so motivated to court. Well, that's not true.
Thank you, Lord.
Bridgerton.
Just a line of people on the
You now
stairs
find
for
yourself at the
Edwina.
back of a very, very considerably long
Well,
queue.
he butted.
I wish to escort Miss Edwina to the races.
Real men don't queue. Antony walks right through. Ah, they're so oblivious to their chemistry.
She has taken an interest in Lady Whistledown again. Perhaps it means she's interested in what she has to say about the season's available gentlemen, too. I cannot think of any cleverer way to say this, but no.
Come now, I do not think Lady Whistledown has changed her entire style of writing since her last issue.
Perhaps not, but perhaps she still can.
Perhaps she does not want to.
Hmm.
Perhaps whatever she is doing is working.
I like that Penelope's defending her voice. This is part of her character development, right? Her arc.
My brother?
No, not Colin. Colin!
Glad to see things have not changed. Brother.
Colin!
Colin. Was he gone? He was gone because he was heartbroken? Or something like that. Bro, Penelope is the reason Colin broke up with the chick he was in love with. That's rough. Oh, jeez.
Brother! Brother!
I believe we must get you to the doctor post-haste.
We're saving the best hug for last. Or they're not gonna hug, but they'll do...
Colin, you returned. Even better. Family, I should like you all to ready yourselves for the races today. We will be attending, united as one.
That's what I say to my family when we go to the races. United as one.
Dubious style choices in return, along with some rather questionable matters of breeding, then...
I also hear he wishes to convert the morning room into his own personal gaming hell.
I like this guy.
Livens up the place, yes?
It is a happy addition, my lord, though perhaps happier in your own bedchamber.
It is kind of weird in the hallway.
I shall have to fill you in on all of my adventures one day.
He's a regular Indiana Jones, or at least he wants everyone to think he is. I get that he wouldn't know who Indiana Jones is, okay? I understand the time period.
It is a marvel you love literature as much as I do. Do you enjoy Byron?
I have read some, my lord, though I believe myself a novice when it comes to...
Lord Byron. I've read him. He's one of the early inspirations for Dracula, I believe. I could be completely wrong.
Already has an escort for today, Mr. Dorset.
That is very well, though I was hoping to speak with you.
Who's this guy? Oh, no, he just knows that he has to win her over. Why wouldn't everyone just be interested in Kate? Look at her. Just look at her.
But most especially at tea time.
Mid-conversation, she stares at Antony. Thankfully, this dude was looking at something else as well.
Bridgerton's.
Everyone just stares at other people while they're with other people. No one lives in the moment. They don't even have cell phones.
You do know we have all been members of White's since birth.
Our grand opening is tomorrow night. You're all, of course, invited.
I misinterpreted what he just said.
I only mean to say, Eloise, that we must be willing to look to find a partner that will excite us.
I do want... Who is that? This is going to be interesting. I want to know who Eloise... I mean, I will find out, but...
What do you have in your hand?
Nothing, Mama. It's only a pamphlet on
See who Eloise
new methods for the tidying dogs, apparently.
ends up with. You know what I was to say.
Edwina, have you yet spoken to Lord Lumley of his interests at all?
Lord Bridgerton.
Miss Sharma, Miss Edwina, Lumley.
How delightful to see you, my lord.
Mr. Thomas Dorset.
Miss Edwina, I was hoping to call on you this morning.
My sister is well aware of everything.
But I promised my family I'd join them for breakfast.
He can just wave his status around. Or swing it around, you
There
know.
are many excellent, affectionate families of the Ton, are there not?
No, none quite as inviting as the Bridgertons.
Yeah, none quite as
Been at
inviting.
Bridgerton House for some time, my lord.
Well, we must gratify your wish, Lumley.
Give me your seat.
It is an unseasonably hot day, and any gentleman would make sure...
Miss Edwina, allow me to fetch a lemonade for you.
Oh, this is clever. He's going to be able to sit down. I thought when he sat up, Antony had got him to warm the seat up or just tricked them into allowing. Yeah, I knew that.
It's a splendid day for a race.
At the beginning of this scene, it felt like he was going to eventually get to sit right there. Just because the guy stood up immediately.
Pen,
Oh, Colin!
we did not get a chance to speak this morning.
We did.
Oh,
I said
Colin.
Colin, but
This is nothing.
Thought you would have been bored of my travels by now. You read and replied to more of my letters than anyone else.
Aww.
there was always so much more to say than one can put onto the page.
Pen.
I just realized Penelope. She's a writer.
Exploring the slopes of Mount Olympus, falconry with the tugs.
It's quite exhilarating.
Also, lonely, perhaps.
No, actually.
You met someone.
Pen, I finally found you.
You always do.
You've been back a matter of hours, yet you're already on my way.
How I've missed you too, Elle.
Whistledown's new printer.
It's impossible.
To mere mortals,
Penelope's getting annoyed with all this now. Eloise's crusade, basically. Dude, didn't I say in the first episode that that one guy who works at the shop is gonna blab? He's been waiting for that opportunity his whole life.
Set to begin.
Which one is your pick, my lord?
Nectar. Well bred, highly trained.
Edwina likes Antony. This is tragic. She's gonna feel so used. Edwina's gonna Jesus.
Considered your horse's temperament as well as the conditions of the track in order to properly assess its true potential. He will struggle to make headway, overheat and slow down during the final leg, giving high flyer the victory.
I actually don't know how I feel about them. They're gonna have a very toxic relationship.
It seems Miss Edwina desires a love match, something the Viscount clearly does not.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps her mind can be changed.
Perhaps so can the Viscount.
Oh boy. Matriarchs.
Yes, that's it, Nectar!
And now high flyer, steady!
Yes!
Steady! Steady!
Whoever wins is going to... I hope neither of their horses win.
Should be separated.
It's all in good spirit, you think?
Yes, I'm having such fun.
I must say, I've never bested a Viscount before. Beating you feels the same as any other win, but somehow smells sweeter.
Kate, does Nectar not remind you of the beloved horse I used to adore?
Maybe competition is good in a relationship. One of my friends and his wife swore an oath to never compete against one another anymore. They can't even play ping pong against one another because it gets way too intense. That's right. I'm talking about you. I know these things.
The interest in you today was genuine.
Genuine in the sense you were sent here to distract me, also Lord Bridgerton could get closer to my sister.
So I thought that he hired these guys.
Sharma, but never a sore winner.
Do not speak to me or my sister ever again.
Yikes.
I meant no harm. I only wish to spend time with you.
This is cold. Dude, Edwina is going to be traumatized. Decades from now, she'll just be wandering the streets, pushing a little cart around. And people will be like, what happened? Where'd all her teeth go? Well, dental hygiene just stopped meaning something after what went down with the Viscount. Other than that, she's fine. She's got a wonderful husband, job. Oh, she doesn't have to work. But her life is pretty nice. She just stopped brushing her teeth, and she likes to walk around with a cart sometimes.
Of who?
We know this is where Lady Whistledown prints her paper.
We do?
Here we go.
Why did you think we were here?
She's a funny actress.
Perhaps you might get your trivial gossip from somewhere else.
That is not what... I am not here in search of gossip.
Private information about the season's most eligible bachelor, then?
Your assumptions are not the least bit surprising. After all, a woman is allowed to have but two...
Is this her love interest now? This show's got to stop doing this where I know immediately. Everyone just falls in love with the people they argue with. Because they like a challenge. Everyone likes a challenge. It's true in real life, too. If it's too easy, no one wants that. Because they're like, well, what other options do I have before I settle for this?
The rights of woman. The exploration of her mind, a mind which I can already discern is far, far superior to yours.
Oh my god. It's like, are you done?
Is the shock you seem to be displaying at present due to the fact that I appear well-read and articulate? Or do you suffer from some medical ailment about which I should be able?
I don't think he's shocked. He's just like, okay.
This is not...
If women's rights are what you're after, then perhaps that is what you need to be reading.
Maybe they're not going to fall in love. No, she just, yeah. She looked. Again.
You're new to town after all. You could use someone to keep you apprised of certain matters.
Which is indeed why I plan on finding that someone sooner rather than later.
Oh, he's courting as well.
He does have a pleasing smile.
That smile will be the last thing we see after he installs some beef-witted chit into our drawing room and ousts me out of my very own home. Let's see how pleasing you find it then.
Beef-witted? Oh no, he's not courting. He's just looking for a dude to do the work, not a woman.
You told me Appa always said it takes a courageous man to go after what he truly wants.
Appa also said the mark of a true gentleman is honesty, something the Viscount notably lacks.
It's fair.
Your Majesty. Lady Danbury. They are called zebra. Striped horses from Africa, though I can't think what to name them all. When those persons inevitably reveal themselves and their rather sly intentions, I simply ask that you tell me who they are, so that I may decide if they are worthy, of course.
Something tells me, ma'am, that there are quite a few sly intentions at work here.
Yeah, and what do the zebras have to do with anything?
You seek to unmask Lady Whistledown with the help of your diamond.
Oh.
To her, and when she does, Her Majesty will be waiting.
Oh, it's a trap.
You may wish to spoil your own fun, Lady Danbury, but you shall not ruin mine.
What would the queen do if she finds out it's Penelope anyway? Banish her? Shut her up, I suppose. Fucking monarchies. This is a terrible place. Or maybe she just wants to know. I think she enjoys it.
Do you know why I win every time?
Because every time you lose, you claim we cheated.
Because I know my duties, what my purposes are, and how to obtain them. Which I will do when I make Miss Edwina my Viscountess.
This doesn't really explain how you win fencing.
Perhaps your life might be easier if you pursued someone with a less disagreeable sister. No, but why should I be the one to admit defeat?
It's his competitive
Regardless
spirit.
of which young ladies I chose to pursue, there would have always been...
Oh, right. So now he's distracted by...
Some sister, especially one younger than me, keep me from getting what it is I want. Whom you want, you mean?
Yeah. What versus Hugh? Whoa, who? There's no one named Hugh in this show. He's right actually about knowing your duty. Like, if you know what you need to do and you're not distracted by anything, you're able to... Or you take emotion out of it.
Thank you, gentlemen. The bracing exertion.
It's all about winning.
Wish me luck.
It's a shame. That's still how we court. It's all about status. Fuck. And getting the people that we can't have, or showing off our partners. It's not really about connection anymore. Dating apps. Who the fuck reads prompts? Who reads bios? We just look at people and go left and right.
I brought a gift for Miss Edwina.
Take your Trojan horse elsewhere.
I assure you, Miss Sharma, this is a very real horse.
Forget everything I just said.
You have been exceptionally clear about what it is you do and do not wish for. But has it ever occurred to you this might in fact be about what your sister wishes for instead?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Although he's only making the point because he wants to obtain her.
Well, I thought you loved animals.
I do, but usually the kind that can curl up on my lap.
Yeah. This was dumb.
Nectar reminding you of a beloved horse back at... Yeah.
That horse is a character from a novel of love, in fact, something for which my sister is an enthusiast.
Yeah, idiot. That smile. I don't like that the show's characterizing Edwina as an idiot, though. She knows his intentions, that it isn't about love. She's seeking love, and she's still willing to put herself in this compromising position. On top of the fact that she always sees her sister, like, she witnesses the chemistry between her sister and Antony. Justice for Edwina. This is terrifying.
He's a talented illustrator with many connections amongst artists and patrons.
Well, I'm always excited to meet talented people.
This is precisely what makes my establishment different, Bridgerton. Every honest man, regardless of his title, rank, or occupation, is welcome.
Networking, I hate it. It feels so disingenuous. And there's that in this show, right? It's not about... I don't really know how to articulate what I'm trying to say or how I feel about that, but I just don't like networking because it's not real. If it happens, it happens, but don't be nice to people or form relationships because your intention is to network or use other people.
Perhaps Miss Edwina's other suitors plan on choosing their words more wisely tonight. Some are reading poetry, I hear. There is a lesson here for you somewhere, Anthony.
Yeah.
I only hope that this time you will finally learn it. Come on.
Good for Mom. I could tell he didn't learn anything by the way he just thought about, okay, what do I do now? And then walked away. Pick him. Look at these guys. They're just doing. It's like a talent show for her
the men who are
affection.
making fools of themselves this time.
Yeah.
The men, thanks to their spirit and competition, concocted the rest of this farce on their own.
Of course they did.
That guy can dance, though. Did you guys see that? What a fucking marvelous mover of feet. Well, that's just ridiculous.
Viscount is your relation almost makes me think better of him.
We should certainly not give him too much credit now, should we?
They would get along.
Beautiful dress.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no.
I quite like yours as well.
Well, no one's, even if they see Penelope with Edwina, they're just never going to think she's Lady Whistledown. It's brilliant.
You are at well, Miss
Penelope Featherington. Pardon me.
Colin's here. I can't talk to you anymore. Colin's here.
A song? A jig? Some hidden hoop-rolling talent you've yet to share with the world?
No one else can dance, because you'd be following that other guy.
So much interest shown in a young lady whom none of us really know.
Not a devotee of mystery, Pen?
Me? No. I'm always turning to the final chapter first.
Yeah, I do that too. Which was so confusing, because I just started reading Way of Kings by Sanderson. I'm so confused.
I was not exactly lonely on my travels. I did begin a real conversation with...
Oh, a conversation.
After everything that happened with Miss Thompson.
Yeah, Miss Thompson,
I realized
that bitch.
I never truly knew this person at all. Myself.
Oh. Okay.
So distracted by Miss Thompson. I only wanted to fully understand myself before stepping back into this world.
Let's go, Colin.
Sworn off women, then?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Penelope.
I am a woman.
You are Pen. You do not count.
Oh, fuck.
Your friend. How good to hear that.
The harshest friend zoning in the history of fictional Britain. Well, that wasn't harsh. I mean, it was.
What an exquisite necklace. Courtesy of the new Lord Featherington, I hear. Oh.
He is courting. He's courting Cowpoke. What are you gonna do? Kill her?
And they have a vacancy, from what I hear. If you are serious about painting, I hear it is the place to be.
Brother, I need you.
I'm in the midst of a conversation.
Outside, straight away.
Is this going to turn into a thing where it's his siblings' goals and pursuits don't even matter as much as his?
In the pathless woods. Ooh. There is a rapture on the...
Oh, the poem.
How does one make that sound good? That poem's nonsense. But I thought this sort of thing was supposed to be your pleasure.
Poetry, yes. Byron, heavens no.
Is not everyone supposed to love Byron?
Many in our year at Cambridge thought my poetry far superior to his.
See, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember reading his poetry. I only ever read The Vampire, even though it's... is it pronounced that? Because there's a Y.
Good night.
What is it, truly, to admire a woman? To look at her and feel inspiration? All your defences crumble. You would willingly take on any pain, any burden for her. To honour her being. That is what the true poet describes.
You should apply yourself more often, Benedict. Write that down.
That was beautiful. It's true.
A mind at peace with all below. A heart whose love is innocent.
This is who Edwina's going to end up with. He's perfect.
To be sure.
Pardon me, Lady Danbury.
Lord Bridgerton, I did not expect it.
Well, I'm about to plagiarize my brother, so...
I spent all evening crafting something, an original.
Shameful. See, the thing is he going to be able to deliver it the way his brother did? Because it's not his, and he doesn't understand the meaning of it right now.
What is it? Truly.
What if he reads this and starts to feel the meaning behind of it, and he's going to look at Kate?
To delight in her
Oh my
beauty.
God. Look at Edwina.
All your defenses crumble, that you would willingly take on any pain, any burden for her.
Yeah, he's reading this hollow.
To honor.
So, oh my god, he did it! He did it! Oh my god! I really didn't think that was, I did, but I did. What? That's not me. Well,
My apologies, I cannot do this. I cannot claim these words as my own.
oh, nice. Good for you.
Not a man of poetry. And words of flattery are beautiful and sweet, but they are also hollow, unless accompanied by action. I may not be able to offer the display of passion that you truly deserve.
Wow.
That when it comes to action and duty, I shall never be found lacking.
He's passionate about action and duty.
Is what will speak louder than any pretty words ever can.
Yeah, but he still just told you that he's going to be a very secular husband,
Did
sort
you
of.
hear that, Bond? He cannot give you
Right.
the love you deserve.
Does that make him a bad man or an honest one?
All right, that's what they talked about
Or
earlier.
a true gentleman? Just as Appa used to say.
Oh, now he's going to look at Kate. And we have the Interstellar music. This is... Holy shit, she can... She's got strong-ass shoulders.
He can be exasperating. He is incorrigible. He is not for my sister.
for
I
you.
shall make sure she sees of it too, one way or another.
Oh, here's what happens. I hope, at least. Maybe in the convincing her sister that he's not for her, she'll come to realize that he's for her.
That only brings out the worst in us before we discover it has been fruitless all along.
Damn,
I do not care what a single person here thinks of me.
that's not true.
Once Edwina is married, I shall return home alone, only too glad to never set foot in the city again.
But also an offence against truth to hear you say you wish to be alone at a mere 26.
Yeah,
Content. Are you so miserable, my lady?
I beg your pardon.
yeah.
I watch you. I see you. You are more than content.
Because I have lived a life. I have loved. I have lost. You are not me. And if you continue down this road,
Never will be.
you most certainly
Wow.
never will be.
There are two things that lurk within the dark and shadowy places of our fair city: vermin and secrets. I shall leave it to you, dear reader, as to which do the most harm.
Secrets, probably. It's fuel or food for vermin. That's right. I'm talking about you. I know these things. I'm going to pause it real quick. I want to piggyback off of what Danbury was saying. And I've certainly found myself in that place. And I've met a lot of people, a lot of nihilists, young nihilists who think they have it all figured out and they want to be alone. And then they live that way. And you just waste time being cynical and pushing other people away. If you continue down that road, you will actually end up alone. And then you'll realize that's not what you wanted. I think the people who are like, fuck everybody else, I just want to be alone, they care the most what other people think. So they're cutting themselves off from other people so that they don't have to deal with that. They don't have to feel how much they care. They're denying themselves their true self because to be vulnerable is scary. And in order to be who you really are, you have to be vulnerable. You have to show the world that this is me. And then you attract the people that you attract. And maybe you're afraid to find out the type of people that you attract. But I should clarify that when I say you will end up alone, most people do. My grandma died this last year, 98 years old. And my grandpa died, they were only a couple years apart. He died 10 years ago. So the last 10 years of her life, she's more or less spent by herself. I mean, like I would visit and people would visit. But she didn't have her partner. And I think when you lose your partner later in life, the rest of it is just sort of extra. I mean, marriages don't last long like that anymore. My grandparents were married 60 years before my grandpa died. That's insane. They got married in their early 20s. So basically what Lady Danbury is saying is don't waste your time being alone now because you're going to be alone later, probably. Women live longer than men because we're impulsive idiots who smoke too many cigarettes, drink too many beers. We don't wash our hands enough. Probably. What did I even just say? Did it mean anything? Who cares?
I paid this printer shop a visit yesterday.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Did you speak with anyone there?
It does not matter.
Well, you must keep an eye out. If the same mistake is in Whistledown's next issue, then we will know that the print shop is indeed hers.
Right, so she just go somewhere else. Why not just tell Eloise, though? Because it would ruin the allure, I suppose, and maybe she's afraid of Eloise seeing who she really is. Because she obviously cares what Eloise thinks.
Give me the discount to keep me away and we'll both be happier.
Miss Penelope.
Run!
One might call this author the biggest secret sharer of all.
That, I don't know if that was the right thing to do. You might as well have had a conversation with her. Running away is immediately like, you're right, you caught me!
If our theory is correct, then Lady Whistledown will indeed be in this very collection.
Well, she's gonna be like, well, no, it's not Penelope. There's no way. There's no way they find out this season. There's a third season. I mean, they could. They could be like, Julie Andrews, you're really messing with our budget here. No more Lady Whistledown. It's just gonna be by Penelope. She's the byline, I mean, Penelope.